Welcome everybody to Trading with Certainty. Today we're doing a video on 180% pump, Luna pump reaction. Wow, I can't believe this is happening right now in a bear market. But here we have it, 200% gains on Luna. So what does it mean? How can you profit from this? What does this mean for Luna? What does this mean for the crypto market? What does this mean for you? How can you better prepare? So I'm going to answer some of these questions, not all of them, but I'm going to definitely take a dive and give you some information that can help you prepare for the future. So the more you learn, the more you earn. And the one thing that we can learn here is this little strategy that I'm about to show you so you can take advantage of these massive gains. So let's jump into the chart. Let's jump into my PowerPoint. We'll take a look at that. Then we're going to take a look at the chart. So let me just flip this over here. So I have a quick PowerPoint here for you, how to achieve massive gains. And this is a recipe, there's a strategy around it. You need to have a few things laid out, some of the fundamentals, so you can capture these runners, these massive runners, and profit from them so you can achieve financial freedom. What we're going to talk about is how can I get massive gains, know when to sell, Luna C and Luna. We're going to take two examples and then what's next. So to get the massive gains, one, you need to find a good project. Then you have to wait for a dip. And you don't know how low it can dip, so then you have to dollar cost average. So if you have $1,000 you want to buy every week, every month, type of thing, that's for you to decide. And you have to have a long-term horizon. You can't, it's difficult to time the markets. The markets do dip and run. You need to take advantage of the volatility, and that's why you need to dollar cost average and have a long-term horizon. The people who are the most successful at investing, like Warren Buffett, he didn't sell his American Express, right? His stock, American Express stock, the credit card company, for 20 years. So definitely have a 5+ year time horizon if you really want to have massive gains. That way, you will be patient, you'll dollar cost average, and then when you have these huge run-ups, you can take some money off the table. We'll talk about that in a bit. And finally, that's the next point, is sell the news, and that's when you want to take some of that profit. So let's take a look at a couple of examples. If you would have dollar cost averaged with $250 every month for 4 months, you would have had 402 Lunas for $1,000, and then you would be up 3,600. I've been doing this with Luna Classic, so I think at the 25, I'll say 25 cents, but I think it's like 0.00025 is when I started dollar cost averaging every month, and then sometimes it was 0.0001 or lower, and I accumulated roughly 1.5 million Luna Classics for about $200, and now I'm up $700. I did not want to put too much money into this. I didn't really care for this project, but I thought it got slammed so hard that I thought it would be a good time to buy. And like you know, a few $100s in crypto over the long term could amount to a lot of money. So if I have 1,000%, if it goes up 1,000%, 1,000 times, right? 1,000 times your initial investment of $200, that's $200,000. So those are high expectations, but if it goes maybe half of that 500 times, that's 100,000, right? So there's definitely money to be made depending on the project and your long-term outlook. Finally, well, what other projects? These have already run up has already gone up 200%. So what other projects can we look at that have some potential? And these ones are the ones that I'm keeping an eye on because of their volatility and their utility. So we have Hedron. It's a fairly new project. It's part of the Hex ecosystem, has a lot of volatility and staking option. And we're going to take a look at these charts after as well, so we can take a deeper dive. Cake, which is backed by Binance, so it's part of the BNB network. It's been audited extensively, and so it's, in terms of security, it's quite safe. And it's a DEX, it's a decentralized exchange. You can swap tokens there, so it has utility, and you can also stake it. And that's what I mean by you need to find a good project. So it needs to have utility, it needs to have product market fit. And so these two cryptos do, along with eShare, which is not as popular. When you look at their Telegram group, there's not that many people there, but it's pegged to ETH. which I like, has a high yield and is pretty stable in price because it's pegged to ETH in this bear market. However, because of its complexity, it did have poor audits, but we'll take a look at these charts and so you can take a deeper dive. But before we do that, don't risk more than you can lose. Buy bits at a time, bit by bit, have a long-term horizon. Don't try to time the market. And this is not financial advice. And this should prepare you and give you a good foundation if you follow these rules to capture these massive gains. So thank you for taking the time to going through this presentation. If you're still in this video, definitely appreciate it. If you have any questions, you can email me at tradingwithcertainty@gmail.com, or I'm also on Patreon. We can just talk there and I can help educate you and get on your journey in this crypto market. So now let's jump into my favorite part, which is the charts. So let's get in there. And there you have it. This is Luna Classic on the charts. And you can see that it's had a huge run up. And this is something that you'll see in the markets. And if you want to take advantage and time the market in consistent ways, if you see, let's say, Bitcoin start running up or ETH start running up, usually one or the other will follow. And same thing, if one starts going down, then the other will follow. And this is a way that you can trade, but I don't recommend trading. I do have a lot of videos on trading, and it's difficult. You need a lot of experience, stomach for it, a high bankroll. So this is definitely for beginners, being able to participate in the market in a safe way. You definitely want to follow what we just went over. So I've been buying this over the months, and now we're up almost over 300% because we've been dollar cost averaging. I'm not looking to sell this at all for the next 4 years. I want to see where the price of this goes at the end of the next bull run, if this is what we're seeing now in a bear market. So I'm going to be buying, as long as it's not making new highs. I'll be dollar cost averaging. If it starts making new highs, I'm not going to be buying anymore. I have enough. Like I said, if this thing's 1000x from here, or even 100x from here, I'll be happy, right? So we'll see, and that's when I'm going to be pulling my profit. That is my strategy. I don't need this money right now, and I'd rather hold for the long term to get those massive gains. Let's take a look at the other projects that we were talking about, because these have already run up quite a bit. You may or may not, as you see, this is what I want to show you. If you look into the news, you see all these headers. Terra Luna price explodes over 200%, and it almost hits $7, and again and again and again and again. So usually it's buy the rumor, sell the news. You should have been dollar cost averaging before all the news. If you haven't, then it's kind of too late to really get ahead of this massive run up. Now, if it starts dipping, 50%, 60%, then you can start dollar cost averaging. If you do want to hold this coin for the long term, that's your personal decision. I'm already in the Luna Classic, so I'm not going to be buying anything else in this ecosystem. But if we look at Hadron, so this is one that you can get on Uniswap, and it has a lot of volatility. So again, this is a fairly new project. It hasn't been out very long, so it has some long-term potential. It's part of the Hex ecosystem. It has staking wrapped into it, so it does have product market fit, utility, and you can see it does run. So if we look from the bottom to the top, we have a 3,000% ROI from the bottom to the top. So this is something that you can dollar cost average into. Do your research, obviously, but right now we are at the highs. So if you do buy, know that you're probably there probably is some downside. So I think right here at a 14 is a good area to start dollar cost averaging over the next months, because I think in the next bull market this could have a really good run. And the next one was Cake. And Cake has been around for some time. It's established in the last bull run, right? We had this massive 223,000% run. It is a decentralized exchange, which I like. So it has utility behind it. You can stake it. It's been properly audited. And this is something that now it's a project that has utility. It's part of a good ecosystem. And this is something now that you can dollar cost average. You can also stake it so you can earn rewards. And I'll do a video on this to take a deeper dive on the different types of rewards that you can get. But it's looking good. There could be more downside to this, obviously. So definitely dollar cost average. But at this point, when we do get back to all-time highs, which will most likely happen over the next 4 years, you're going to have a 10x, 15x return on your investment. So that's why you need a long-term horizon. That's why you need a dollar cost average. We don't know when the market's going to turn. Could take 1 year, could take 2 years, could take 4 years. So have the 5-year time horizon. But if you put $1,000 in and that turns into 10,000 in the next 4 years, I'm sure you're going to be pretty happy. And if you add the staking and the rewards on top of that, you could absolutely, turn that 1,000 to 10,000 with the staking, probably 20,000 in the next 4 to 5 years. Obviously, these are rough estimate. I'm just forecasting. These are not guarantees. And finally, we have eShare. So I definitely like eShare. Again, this also has staking, and it's pegged to Ethereum. And you can see that it for the last since February of 2022. Sorry, it's holding this $300, right? So that's what I like about it. We're in a bear market, and it's holding $300. And that's what it's at right now. So definitely a great time to dollar cost average, because you do have runs up to, 1,300 to 2,000. So you can easily 3 to 5x from here. And it does have staking as well. Right now, I think it's at 1,000%. So I'm going to be doing a video on how to stake your eShares, because they have different protocols there that you can take. So thank you for watching. Here's my information, Trading with Certainty. I'm also on Patreon, and there's my email address if you have any questions, feel free to shout out, and we can get you started on this crypto journey. Have a great weekend. See you next time.